When did an entire community turn on you for no reason? When I moved from the Upper East Side of Manhattan to a poorer part of Brooklyn, I was hoping to get away from the rich people. You know, the ones who think you're disgusting for wearing off-brand Lululemon and skipping a Pilates class. And at first it was worth it. Everyone was extremely friendly. The type of people to offer to babysit your cat as soon as you mentioned going on holiday. I finally felt peaceful until I met Karen. Yes, her name was actually Karen. Pearl necklace, blonde hair, permanently smelled like vanilla and coconuts. I had the displeasure of having her as my neighbor. The first time I met her was when I brought a plate of homemade cookies to her house. Hey, my name is Charlotte. I was instantly cut off by her grabbing the cookie and holding it up just inches away from her face. She then squinted her eyes and her face contorted like she had bitten into a lemon or something. These were 3 minutes overdone. I'm not effing eating these, she said, before putting the cookie down on the plate and closing the door on me. I swear I thought she was pranking me, but after that we never spoke again. Not directly at least, because she still made sure to nitpick everything. She started off by targeting just me. In just 3 weeks, she had called animal control after my dog barked for 10 minutes at 3 a.m., poured bleach all over my front garden because the weeds were overgrown. And when I was playing music from the inside of my home at 7 p.m. on a Friday, she knocked on my door and handed me a noise complaint flyer that she had typed out herself. Sigh. And I'm the youngest child, so I value peace over standing up for myself, which meant I always gave in to her demands. Luckily, it wasn't long before she started targeting the entire town, and they were nowhere near as passive as me. So when she started throwing out their Amazon packages because they were taking too long to collect it, or trying to destroy the electric wires on those brown wooden poles to disrupt the Wi-Fi so we could all reconnect, they weren't having it. They collectively hosted yard sales in her front garden every Saturday morning for weeks on end, and she would only wake up after it started. So instead of shutting it down and looking like a bitch, she was forced to let it happen. After a few weeks of this, she stopped being the neighborhood terrorist and went back to just bullying me, or more specifically, my boutique. You see, I worked a corporate job 4 out of 7 days in the week, and I'm a pretty high maintenance girly. Shopping sprees, weekly therapy sessions, impulse vacations, you know the drill. So to afford the lifestyle I want, I have to run a nail and hair salon. I've been running it for 3 years and use Instagram to promote it. Licensing was never an issue since most of my clients came from referrals, and I've never had a complaint regarding hygiene or anything like that. But of course, Karen thought differently. The way she saw things, I was bringing down the integrity of the neighborhood community, whatever the F that means. So when she asked me to shut down my business and I refused, she went all out. Except at first it was subtle. Clients started canceling the same day their appointment was booked for. People stopped posting their results on their Instagram story. But when this didn't stop me from shutting down my business, she made a Facebook group with all the moms, including me. It was one of those groups only the admin can type into. She sent photos of the inside of my home that had clearly been taken without my knowledge outside my window. It was during spring cleaning, so my entire kitchen was a mess from rearranging everything. Karen broadcasted to everyone about how I was no different to an illegal drug cartel, and I needed to be stopped. I expected all the moms to leave the group chat and text me with support, but instead they all unfriended me. And that same week, I didn't get any bookings. Right before this, my business was printing money. So much so that I was ready to quit my corporate job. So this hit hard. I was right about to pound on her door and give her a piece of my mind when I noticed something. Through the window of her home, I saw her adjusting an ankle monitor around her ankle. Interesting. Naturally, like any respectful neighbor, I did some digging. Turns out she was on probation for DDARG charges LOL. And one of the terms was no community disruption. I gathered every photo and video I had ever taken of her, every screenshot I could get my paws on, and without missing a beat, I sent them all to her probation officer, LMAO. Apparently, she was such a repeat offender that she ended up being reincarcerated in a matter of a few weeks, with a sentence longer than ever before. But what I didn't anticipate was the jails being overcrowded and her being let out on good behavior after just 4 weeks in a cell. Because for the entirety of her stay, there was just one thing on her mind: getting revenge on me. The rest of the full story is on my channel and linked below.